I had just seen, while we were off air, I had just seen 2 northern harriers. Had a problem trying to get my camera on them, water pulled out, and then did still see one, and now I don't see either. Where'd they go? Could be they're behind the hill here. Oh, they are. 2 of them. They're hard to see with the naked eye right now, just because of just the way the coloring is. And what do I see in the distance? Do I see something else in the distance? No. As you know, as I've said, I love northern harriers. We're gonna move on though. I can say this. Oh, hold on. It would be tempting if it weren't for the wind and our time limit right now. It'd be tempting to, you know, kind of pull the car over on the side of the road and get out with you know, get things out with a tripod. But the thing is, we've seen last week and this week, not that it doesn't happen everywhere, but the harriers move around a little bit, and with that hill in the way, it would be difficult to be out on foot and you know, have it all be worth it. I mean, by the time I'd get out there, they could be on the other side of the hill and out of view. Best to do so. Pretty safe to say I'm always looking for an opportunity flight. And it's the reason why, you know, I could get home after the tour tonight, or during the summertime even. You know, when I get, usually, you know, the tours end late, and by the time I get home it's pretty late. And oh, someone's flying around a hawk. Looks like a red-tailed hawk. Just flew by, and I can't see it now. Looked like a red-tailed hawk. It may not have been. It could have been somebody else. Anyway, I'm not seeing huge numbers of geese here, so I think we're going to turn right around. And go head towards East Road. Anyway, as I was saying, you know, it's... Hold on one second. It's the reason why, even though I might arrive home very late and be very tired after all the, you know, all the activities associated with a tour, packing, driving, the tour, unpacking, all that, I still take the time to set up my gear just in case the following day I want to be ready for anything that happens to be flying by. It's very frustrating when, you know, a great look at a bird happens and you're not ready with equipment at all, you know, not at all ready. I don't know if you'd call it a windmill, but there's something that's a little airstrip here for wind, and boy was it spinning in a hurry. I see some, looking down, I do see some white down there. I don't know what that white is, if it's swans or snow geese. Not huge numbers though. And I'm going to have a look with binoculars first. I don't know if I see any cranes. I do see an eagle. At least I believe. You can see the visibility is not great. That is an eagle, bald eagle. I don't know if it has anything to do with all the many, looks like ducks that have taken to the air. And The white is over here, or much of it is. I wonder if those look like swans that have taken to the air. And I believe we have snow geese down there, but I'm not sure. We'll take a look in a moment. They just somehow look smaller than the swans that we just saw. Although there are some swans there. Maybe there are all swans. I don't know. Let's look over here, see if there are any sandhill cranes. In obvious view, I don't know. There may be some cranes back there. Let's switch cameras. Visibility is poor, but we're going to do our best. Oops. Hold on a second. I'm just looking over things with binoculars right now. I like to do that just so I can have a rough idea where things are. I believe I do see some cranes, although they're kind of hunkered down. So there are some cranes there. You can see them behind the Canada geese. And we're going to skip all the way back over to the other side right away and see if we can get an idea of what's down there. Like Canada geese, but there are a lot of ducks down there. We've seen them in flight. Don't know what they are, but they're there. Hold on. Just hearing vocalizations. I'm not sure what I'm hearing. Guy just walked down. I don't know who he thinks he is. Maybe he thinks he can go down there. I don't know. He's got a dog. So those are definitely swans there. Kind of sounds like I'm hearing vocalizations from, I'm not sure where. far as I can tell, these are all swans, not snow geese. Some of these ducks are northern pintails. You can tell by that white breast and the brown head and the... Oh, what's going on? Anything? Well, the swans are well lit right now. Maybe too well lit. Many of the ducks appear to be mallards, but there may be also northern pintails in there with them. Looks like it. I don't think we're going to be here all that long, and maybe heading back to Ithaca earlier than even I had expected and hoped. When I say I hope to go back to Ithaca early, obviously I'm not doing this all just to, you know, make good time, travel time. I mean, I'm doing it to see the birds. But there's a time factor, and then there's the bird factor. I hope to see the birds, but if we don't see many birds, then that usually helps us with the time factor. I'm glad we don't have any snow flurries in the air really to block our view, but now we have got the sunshine to contend with. And long distances, of course. So really, overall, quite a few birds down there between the ducks and the geese and the swans. There's actually a fair amount down there now, but we don't have thousands and thousands of Canada geese, or we have no snow geese that I've seen anyway. Hold on one second. Swans in the air. Last one. Ooh, hold on. That is not what I wanted. We haven't seen it yet really here this season, but this spot can be tremendous sometimes if there are huge flocks down there. It can be really interesting to see what goes on and how when the flocks all of a sudden take to the air. It's spectacular. Whether it's ducks or Canada geese or snow geese or what have you. Alright, let me just see if we can look one more time at the sandhill cranes, and then maybe we'll move on. Where are the cranes? The Canada goose vocalizations are picking up a bit, maybe. Maybe not. So not a huge number of cranes down there, but a significant number. Okay, I think we're going to move on though. Let me just have one more look with binoculars just in case there's anything that's in view. Okay. Let's move on, I think. Basis, I should say. And our views aren't the very, very best. We're going to do a drive-through of Maze Point, like we do, and let's be honest, we haven't seen anything there lately. we might just skip Shockey Pool. And I wouldn't mind stopping where we stopped last week. That was near the Goose Haven Farm. And seeing if there's a cattle egret there. I went inside the visitor center today, and I guess a recent sighting, maybe it was yesterday. I've never seen two at once. I've only in my life seen one at a time. I'm not saying that's a spectacular thing, but it would be nice to see them. Just do a quick drive through here. Again, I have to be mindful of the time. Gets dark in a hurry. By rights, I should keep the windows open. Maybe I would hear something, but it's windy and everything, and between the wind and the fact that chances are nobody's vocalizing anyway. I did see some gulls, but that's just about it. We're going to turn right around. And I'm not going to bother to run out there and look, although maybe it would be a good idea. .36 degrees. Pretty much what, you know, was called for, temperature-wise. I don't know if the sun was actually expected, or at least in the forecast I read. It hasn't been sunny all the time, but it's been sunny some of the time. Let me look at some of the areas of the water I can kind of see, kind of, through vegetation. I mean, if the water looked like it was teeming with ducks, then maybe we would go. But I can see that there may be a few birds out there, but not many. We're going to move on. That doesn't mean that there wouldn't be something that we would be very happy to see. I think we're going to skip Shockey Pool. As I drive by, I mean, I can kind of see over it, you know, and I'm not saying I'm seeing everything as I drive, but I think we're going to skip it. Is that an eagle in the air, though? I mean, there are a few ducks flying around. Not many. And way in the air there is a bald eagle in the air. but I think it might be best to not bother, just because of time and whatever we expect to see or not see. Oh shoot, I missed it. I was gonna drive, and I was gonna show you the. I keep saying that. I was gonna show you the Great Blue Heron Rookery, but we can do that again in the future, maybe, if I remember in time. Sometimes, you know, depending on the conditions, I am less likely to stop in certain areas, like Shockey Pool. I mean, it's so often it's windy already there, and with an actual windy day, wind all over the place everywhere we go today. Between that and the fact that conditions for bird watching haven't been the best there, you know, really all year, because of, you know, they drain the pool. I just, you know, that's why we're skipping it. It's coming right up. Look in the same area where we saw one last week in a moment. I see something else in the air, though, that might be of interest, but it's not close. I'm not sure what it is. 1 second. Where'd it go? No, I don't see it now. No cattle egret yet. Cute cow then. Okay. So I don't see a cattle egret. Let's keep going. Never know. No sign of one. I like cattle egrets. I think they're beautiful, but you know, if I don't see one today, it's not the biggest deal because we've seen them before, and it's not like I've never seen, you know, it's not like we've never seen one before. So I wouldn't mind seeing one. I'd like to see a couple of them actually, but if we don't, we don't. And I have a feeling the answer is going to be no, we're not going to see one. But I don't know. I do want to look at something though. Not sure if it's a decoy or not. Might be a decoy. Oh wait, wait. What do I see? I think I might see something I like even more. Where'd it go? Shoot. Oh, come on, where are you? Come on, Ferris, let's go. I'm not sure what we're looking at. Hold on, let me look with binoculars. Maybe I can figure it out. Still don't know. Meanwhile, let's look down at the water here. I want to see something. I think these are... yeah, they're decoys. Fairly convincing. Okay, let's move on. 1 second. I think that was a red-tailed hawk. Oh, there are two hawks in the air now that I can see. difficult to keep up with them when I'm in the car like this. See, this is a good spot, or this area has been traditionally a, you know, for the last couple of years, a good stretch for seeing rough-legged hawks. And I wouldn't mind seeing a rough-legged hawk. I'm going to leave everything in place. Let's see if we're lucky enough to catch sight of anything. Now, I don't know if there are any hawks around, rough-legged, but this is the area where I've seen them the last couple of years, so I'm hopeful. And by the way, one of the hawks that I had seen in the air, just, you know, within the last few minutes, did something that I often have seen of rough-legged hawks, although other hawks can do it and do it too, but not as often as the rough-leggeds do. But anyway, I don't see anybody around right now. So maybe what we'll do is we'll pack up and I'll head back to Ithaca. Not such a bad idea to get back there a little earlier. Yeah, let's do that. Let's say maybe about 10 after 3 or so. Okay? Okay, let's plan on hopefully starting back up somewhere around 10 after 3 in Ithaca. Okay? Bye, everybody.